What's going on, everybody? This is Vertcam, and today we are going to Kowloon from Futian railway station in Shenzhen. So we're going Shenzhen to Hong Kong on a high-speed rail. And yeah, so they say it's going to take 15 minutes to get there. So we'll have to see exactly how long it takes, but that's pretty fast to go such a long distance. It took about an hour and 15 minutes to get here on a slow commuter train. So this is going to be interesting. I mean, Kowloon is not close, but I know high-speed trains go like almost 200 miles an hour. It's amazing how at this Futian railway station, it's not busy compared to the rest of China. All the other stations I went around China were so busy. Anyway, I need to find the immigration area. So let's see if I can figure out how to do this, because this is actually me departing China, because Hong Kong's a whole new system. It's still China, but it's a different system. So I'm not sure how long the immigration is going to take, but I was told it could take 30 minutes. At least that's what AI told me. I'll check with information if I can find. I hope I'm at the right station, my goodness. I know they got Northern Station as well, but there's usually like some information booth. Alright, the information booth there just told me that I go down. So let's see here. Last time I went to this train station, I went to Guangzhou. And that was a domestic train. Either way, you need to use your passport for most of it because that's your ticket. But let's see how this goes. Alright, here we go. I guess I need to find out what departure gate. Everything is in Chinese here. So that's one thing. If you can read that, then you know exactly what it says. Let's see, I think mine's at 10:35 maybe? Maybe gate 4, let me double check. Okay, this says gate 3. So where's gate 3? Maybe this is what I need to do. We'll see. There's got to be some place I go through immigration. Well, I'm in the train station, or inside the security check area. So I'm going to gate 3. I'm assuming they're going to have passport control there, because that did not seem like passport control. You just check my ticket, I guess. I think this might be passport control here, I don't know. But that looks like for an arrival. One thing I will say is always using the passport like that is just, it's not a very durable document. And like I looked at one of my pages, it was folded and bent. And that's just because like lugging around suitcase and backpacks all the time and having to always present your passport like it's an ID card. I mean, look at the ID card in your wallet. After a couple years, it probably gets worn out. Well, imagine doing that with a passport. Here in China, you need it everywhere. So a month of that, your passport's gonna look pretty weathered. Let's see here. But that's part of the territory. It comes with the territory. I'm looking for gate 3. Actually, I think this is gate 3. I don't think I can film this, just because I'm sure it's going to be passport control. So let's see how this goes. Yeah, this is gate 3. I walked right by it. Seems pretty simple. It's just the first time you do it, you know, you're just learning curve. All right, I've just been told that I was early. The train leaves at 10:25. It is about 9:45, so I have to wait till 10 minutes before departure. I don't know where they're going to do the immigration. Maybe they do it in Hong Kong. I'm very curious about that, how they're going to do the immigration thing. So let's see. From what I understand is you exit China here at Futian and you process immigration in Hong Kong, so all that makes sense. I'm just trying to figure out if I've already done my immigration processing, which would have been at that security bag clearance, or if there's another one coming up. But yeah, we're just lining up here, getting ready to board this train. 15-minute. It's like you wait longer in line than you do on the actual train for a long distance long haul. It's amazing. All right, we're getting ready to board here. So we're just gonna put our passport on the e-machine here, and then we'll be in the station, or in the area where you board, the gate. Yeah, so it was just an e-ticket there with my passport. I'm guessing there at the security check was where we did the China exit. That was real simple. Didn't even really know, but now I'm excited to see how this train goes so fast. 14 minutes. So we leave at 10:25, assuming we leave on time. We'll be there at like 10:39, 10:40. Let's see if it's true. Oh my gosh, look how fast. Wow. Oh, there goes another one just ripping. That one's probably coming from the North Station. I guess that one takes like 17 to 20 minutes. I actually got the fastest one I could find, which was 14 minutes. So I'm in car 1. Alright, while we wait here, just some quick facts. This train, it can go up to 300 kilometers per hour. It's 186 miles per hour, but we're only going to actually reach a top speed of about 200 to 250 kilometers per hour. That's 125 to 155 miles per hour. The approximate distance, it says here, is 38 kilometers. That's 24 miles from Futian railway station to West Kowloon. So it says it's going to take 14 minutes. It's pretty fast. Probably feels further than it actually is, just because you're crossing into a different SAR. All right, here comes Johnny Rocket. Johnny Rocket right there. Vibrant Express. They should just put the maglev in, like they have from Shanghai to Pudong. It'd probably only take 7 minutes then, but actually, this thing goes so fast it doesn't even matter. I mean, 14 minutes is nothing. Like, if you can't wait 14 minutes, I don't know what to say, right? I guess maybe the reason it seems so long is because I took the commuter train from Kowloon to Shenzhen last time. It took over an hour. Someone told me in the comments to do this, that's why I found this. I might actually do a Kowloon or a Hong Kong back to Shenzhen in a couple days, so let's see if I end up doing that. I still have to figure out where I want to go next. I definitely don't want to leave China, really. So here's a look at the seat. No one's sitting next to me, I guess. Just a regular seat. This is considered first class. It cost me 120 yuan. This is first class. Carriage 1. Second class was actually sold out. And we departed right on time here. So it's 10:24-ish, 10:25. Let's see if we get there by 10:40. It's dark. We're underground. So far, for the first 5 minutes, we've been nothing but underground. So we're still underground after 5 minutes in. I know some of you are probably hoping that I'll show you something else, but there's nothing really to show you. I mean, the train basically feels like a subway on steroids, guys. That's basically what this is. Pretty sure it's only underground once you're in Hong Kong because they don't have much room. Well, guys, we've arrived in Kowloon. It's 10:38, so it was even faster than we thought. All right. Well, we're here in Hong Kong. Let me make sure I got everything. Yep, got everything. passport. That's the big one. So we're in Kowloon, like I said. I mean, it was all underground. It was faster than even the 14 minutes. I mean, I guess we left 1 minute early and arrived 1 minute early. So 1 minute early departure, 1 minute early arrival. So maybe, yeah, it was 14 minutes. All right. Wow. Might not be able to carry the camera and my backpack at the same time, but we'll give it a try. Well, this is a long one.
Stand firm on either side.
As we go up the escalator, I just want to give some context. So we were arriving into Hong Kong here, and I didn't realize it, but we were actually going towards a China exit here. So this was actually Chinese immigration. I thought it was Hong Kong arrival. So you'll see the narration was a bit off. I just want to give you some context ahead of time.
Yep. Shenzhen Bay, that's Shenzhen North. You guys have already seen that station when we did the Shanghai or Suzhou to Shenzhen route, which is basically the same train as Shanghai to Shenzhen or Kowloon. All right, somewhere around here we're going to go through immigration. That was a long, long one there. Arrivals into Hong Kong. Vibe feels different here in Hong Kong than it does in China right off the bat. You just feel it. It's a little bit calmer almost. Even though Hong Kong is incredibly busy, a lot of people even in China will say they don't want to go to Hong Kong because it's too busy. But it is a different feeling. Alright, we got immigration here, guys. I'll pick up here soon. You don't have to fill out any cards or do anything for Hong Kong. It's just show up and you're in there, I guess. So let's see how this goes. Chinese nationals, foreigners. I'll pick up after and let you know. Alright, so they did something they never do. They gave a stamp instead of a little piece of paper. Usually when you arrive into Hong Kong, they just give you a little arrival tab with no stamp. Here they gave you a stamp. So I wouldn't be doing that route too much because that would fill up my passport. I would just be doing it back and forth from Shenzhen to mainland. That'd be stamp, 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 stamp. So I'm surprised they do that. China also gives a stamp, but that's a big country. Yeah, the main reason it's surprising is because she asked me to take off my hat or turn it around backwards. Temperature check or something. What is this? Visitors. Maybe this is the ticket here. Oh boy, Hong Kong is definitely a little bit more complicated on their side than it is in China. So you're noticing that right off the bat. Alright guys, I was wrong. That was actually the departure from China where they stamped me. And then I just went through immigration for Hong Kong right there and they gave me the little piece of paper. So yeah, this is my first time doing this. AI was wrong. ChatGPT was wrong, guys. So don't rely on them. Okay. Yeah, so here in Kowloon, they do the Chinese immigration departure, and then the Hong Kong arrival with the piece of paper. I was thinking, oh my gosh, here's another one. Another little scam. Let's do it. Let me get my passport out. All right, my assumption is we're in. So, Hong Kong doesn't ask any questions or require any documents to be filled out upon arrival. When I was exiting with China, they asked to see my visa, but I told them I didn't have it. I told him it was in my bag, and he was like, oh, okay. And he just let me through. He just said, ni hao, and that was it. So, departure from China, ni hao. Entry into Hong Kong, no questions asked, just in. So, pretty simple. Friendly. And my whole experience here in China has been that way. Do I need the octopus card? Let me see if I can find my octopus card. It's back to credit cards and cards. No more QR codes. I'm hungry. I haven't had any breakfast. I love Hong Kong food. Hong Kong has some good food. It's like, actually, I can honestly say Hong Kong food is different than mainland China. And what you think you're going to eat in mainland China is not what they actually have in China. Like all the Chinese restaurants you'll go to in the U.S. or outside of the U.S., you look at the menu, it's not really the same. There's lots of dumplings, I would say. Barbecue skewers are very popular across mainland. But things like Mongolian beef or Kung Pao chicken or stuff like that, it's not really that prevalent. Wontons are common. Wonton noodle soup. Other types of soup, brisket, beef brisket. I know somebody's going to say, oh yeah, right. I'm just telling you, it's different. It's totally different. All right, exit. Don't tell me this is another, yeah, okay. It's like another check. I gotta find my octopus card here. Last time I was here. I think this station's called Austin. So this is, I thought it was Kowloon. I think it is Kowloon, but it could just be Kowloon side and not Kowloon station. It doesn't really look like the Kowloon station that I'm used to. I did a currency exchange. Yuan to Hong Kong dollars. Cash is way more used here in Hong Kong than it is in the mainland. It's quite a big walk. Lots of like layers to it. We've also done the Hong Kong to Macau route. I've never done Macau to mainland. I'd like to go to Zhuhai. Looks like an interesting city actually. There's so many interesting cities in the mainland. I didn't really want to leave, actually. I do have a visa that allows me 60 days. I was there for like 30 days. Kind of thinking about going back, actually. I don't know if it'll be this time. Later, I'm just kind of feeling it out still. I'm excited to be back in a place where I don't need a VPN, or VPNs are not needed to call home to mom, send an email to a colleague or a boss. Oh, this is Austin Road. Okay. It says trains. Let's see. What in the world? How did they make it such a maze? There's got to be a good reason for it. I'm amazed at the maze. There's more maze. I'm amazed. Holy macaroni. It's definitely very humid, hot. Okay, there we go. Let's go. Austin Station, Jordan Station, Kowloon Station. I just need a taxi. How about that? All right, we are officially topside, guys. The old city of Hong Kong, so much older. In Shenzhen. How do I get a taxi? My goodness. Again, I must have made a wrong turn somewhere. Austin Station, high-speed rail station. Okay. So that must be at Austin Station. Austin Road. Anyways, I'm exhausted actually. That was a lot of lugging upstairs. Now a lot of walking. This is bizarre. There's no taxi sign. Huh. I'll pick up later, guys. Alright, so I've walked around a bit. There's the actual station. So there's like 3 stations here, Jordan, Austin, and Kowloon. Let's see if I can get a taxi from somewhere around here, or maybe an Uber. But I probably should have come up out here somewhere. Well, now I've done something I haven't done in a while. I'm actually getting an Uber. I hope I'm at the right place to pick this up, but you can see right over there is Hong Kong Island, which is where I'm going. Wow, not good situation here. Very confusing. I've made some serious errors on this one. But yeah, I gotta go down to get a ride, so I'm headed back down the escalator, I guess. Okay, back where I began. Actually, right here is where I did an add value to the machine. Now, I'm looking around here, I don't see any sign that says taxis. I see exit, I followed that. But let's see here. Where is taxi? There's this octopus card here. Maybe I'll just take the octopus card route to Hong Kong, which is the MTR. Yep, I'm not even going to try taxi or rideshare here, because the rideshare that I did, I was on the top level there, somewhere deep down below. So I've missed a sign at some point. Could be because I'm busy filming and not looking at the signs like I could be. But they've told me I need to take the lift, so I'm going to go with my suitcase to Hong Kong. Okay, so I'm going to take this to Tsim Sha Tsui, and yeah, I'm at Austin Station going to Tsim Sha Tsui, and from Tsim Sha Tsui I'll try to get the red line to Central or Admiralty, something like that. I know some of you will be very excited to see that I'm taking the MTR metro line here. Let's see, I need to get the red line to Central. Oh. Let's see, where could it possibly be? Going to the red line. We'll figure it out one way or another, guys. Do you have to exit and then re-enter? Alright, that's fine. This is the line that I need here. Oh, a long haul. Believe it or not, the Hong Kong Metro is quite modern and efficient once you get the hang of it. It's one of the best in the world. I should make a whole video about taking the metro, although in this one you kind of get a pretty good idea of how it works, aren't you? High-speed rail and metro. Oh my goodness. This is a long line, guys. This is a long little walk here. It's not as convenient as I thought. I would say the best way to do it is get a taxi or a Uber, unless you want to save some money. This is why I don't do metros. Lugging around a backpack and a suitcase, going around metros, it just like doubles your time. People are always in the comments, so why didn't you take the metro? For what? To save 10 bucks? No thanks. I'd rather just pay 10 bucks for convenience. So I was thinking about going back to China, going down towards like Tibet, Yunnan, that way. Maybe even going like on a train to Kazakhstan. Would be cool. Like taking the train all the way across the Gobi or whatever it is to Kazakhstan. Or just going over to Japan and Korea. I'm gonna leave it up to you guys to let me know in the comments. All right, let's see here. After a good 10-minute walk there, we're here. Let's get inside. But then again, part of me actually kind of wants to go to a place and just chill for a while. Could be Shenzhen. Shenzhen is one of those kind of places. We'll see. But Singapore seems to be my preferred, or Bangkok, kind of Kuala Lumpur, but Hong Kong is just a little bit more expensive than what I like. Ah, here we go. Got it, guys. Alright, we're at Central Station, so we've made it a considerable amount of distance here. Now we just gotta find the exit. Then I can decide where I want to get my hotel, but I know that Central is a great area to start that search. So taking the MTR took an additional like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. I would say it's probably not worth it, guys. I mean, unless you're really on a budget. Now I'm taking the island line to Kennedy Town in that direction. I had to go down to get there. So I will get off at, let me see what station. Ooh, lugging around this suitcase. Look at this. Alright. We are at a station I haven't eaten yet, so I'm excited to eat some good food. Get settled in. I'm going to probably do some laundry today. Yeah, it's going to be a good day. Happy. Made it to Hong Kong. Had a successful trip in China. People here speak English more. I can use the apps, no firewall. Oh my goodness. I feel relieved. Alright, well, I'm at Shangwan. I decided to stop and get some Japanese food. That's a sign. Maybe that's what I'm going to be doing next, is going to Japan. I miss Japan. Good time of year for weather. And, yeah, I've got my suitcase. She let me put it at the top. I said, I'll take my backpack with me and just drop my suitcase here. So this gives me a chance to catch my bearings and my breath. Hello. Hello. Hello, thank you so much. Yes, let's eat some good food, guys. Oh, cool. Oh, this is exactly what I needed. And they got aircon. It's cold down here. Some good food. Figure it out. All right. Well, there's the food. So we're in the game. This is Hokkaido pork. After a nice meal there, headed over towards my hotel. Prices are way higher here than they were in China. Mainland's prices are, I would say, maybe even like 1/3 the price. So, notice that with the food there. Hadn't been paying those kind of prices for a while.